Hey, my name is Morgan St. Jean, and I'm here to let you know. So, I currently am a musician full time, which is such a blessing, but I'm a singer, songwriter, artist, all of those things. If I wasn't an artist, I think I would probably be a writer in some capacity still, whether that would be like articles or journalism or something like that. I just think like writing is definitely in my blood. The only other thing I could see myself being, if not a musician, is maybe like a therapist or a psychologist of some sort, because I'm really curious about humans and why they are the way they are and what makes them tick. And I think there's this weird similarity between artists, musicians, and psychologists or therapists, because we're all just exploring humanity and people and why people are the way they are. So, yeah. Oh, we are getting deep. I think, in certain ways, I think my younger self would be really proud of me. I think my younger self would be really proud of who I am as a person. I've worked really hard to be somebody that I like. I've spent a lot of time in therapy. I do a lot of self-reflection, and I'm far from perfect, let's be honest, but I work really, really hard to do right by people and be an honest person. And so I think my younger self would definitely be proud of that. And I think my younger self would be proud of the fact that I'm still here and I'm still making music, despite the fact that it's really hard and sometimes it feels impossible. But I think younger Morgan would be stoked that I'm still out here doing it. I think I would probably give two pieces of advice. First, I would say just start, because we can overthink and we can make it seem so much scarier than it is. And I think sometimes writing songs and being a musician it's almost like going to the gym. You have to like talk yourself into it, and once you get there you're like, oh, I should have just come, this wasn't that big of a deal. And I think writing songs can be that way. Sometimes it's the hardest part is just sitting down and starting. And I would also say this sounds so cheesy, but genuinely just be authentic to who you are, because every single human has something that the world needs to hear. Like, your experience is individual and unique and special just because it's your experience, but we're all humans and we're all going through the same feelings and emotions. So if you're going through something, there's a very high chance that somebody else is going through that, and you never know that if you write something or if you say something or sing something that you're going through, it might be able to help somebody else. I think that cancel culture is pretty toxic, and I understand the reason behind it, because we want to hold people accountable, and I think that's really great. And I think social media is really amazing that it's forced people to recognize their mistakes and take accountability for those things. But I truly believe that most people are inherently good, and most people inherently want to do right by other people. And so if somebody does something like that clearly wasn't intentionally meant to be offensive, I think, one of the best things that we can do as people, particularly if somebody recognizes their mistake and learns from it and grows from it, is to forgive. And I love the quote that, forgiveness isn't about the other person, it's about you and freeing yourself. I do think about that stuff as an artist sometimes, because, I don't want to be canceled. I don't want to ever offend somebody. I don't ever want to say something that unintentionally hurts somebody. But I have to trust that I'm always coming at things from a place of positivity and wanting to help other people and wanting to do right by other people. So if I ever do something that offends somebody else, all I can do is, acknowledge my mistake and move forward and hope that people see me for who I am and not a mistake. I think it depends on the situation, but I think I would lean towards changing it too. I think if your goal is to put out art that connects people or, has a message for people, and you inadvertently go against what your message was trying to be, then it doesn't hurt to change it, particularly if it's not a key part of the song or the main point of the song. I actually had a song that I wrote. It came out a couple months ago, and I wrote this pre-chorus that I thought was really, really cool. And one of my co-writers said that it was an expression that was actually way back in history was actually based off of something that was like not cool. And I had no idea, and I was so grateful that he caught it, before I ever released it. And so I changed it right away because that was so not the point of the song. The point of the song was to empower people and make them feel confidence and like make them feel like the best versions of themselves. So anything that I would do accidentally to offend somebody goes against the whole message of the song. So for me, I think I would probably change it as well. I think I am proud of the life that I'm building. I think, one of the things that I take the most pride in life is that I surround myself with like really amazing people, and I have incredible friendships, and I have a lot of love in my life, and I think I give a lot of love, so I'm really proud of that. I would love to be further along in my career, and I'm going to continue working until I get to that point. And there's lots of things that I can be proud of looking back, but that's just sort of my mentality, is always chasing the next thing and looking for what's next. So in some ways, I would say I'm proud of where I am. I think about this a lot, actually. I always say I want to be an intentional person, and I think living with intent means being thoughtful about your choices and being thoughtful about the life that you live. I think it's so easy to wake up and a week has gone by. I am really fearful of the idea of waking up in 20 or 30 years and thinking, what did I do with my life? Did I contribute anything to this world? And so I think living with intent is saying, how can I make the world a better place? What can I do as just an individual person to spread positivity or spread love or bring something to the world that isn't already there that might help somebody, and doing it in a way that every day feels purposeful and like you're never going to wake up and think, where did the time go? I would like to practice being more present because I'm very goal-oriented. I'm always thinking about the future, and that can get me into trouble mentally because I get very stressed out by the future, and obviously the future isn't something that you can control. And I think it would really benefit me to be just like a little more present and in the moment. So I think that's something I'm trying to work on. Oh my God, that's a good question. Something that isn't for myself. This is so random, but this is the true answer. One of my best friends in the world is getting married in a couple of months, and I am very fortunate to be one of her bridesmaids. And so I get to today go try on a bunch of dresses to find my bridesmaid's dress for her, and then I'm obviously going to call her and talk to her about it and celebrate this love that she is experiencing. And I guess technically it's for her because it's for her wedding, but I also just feel like it's for me because it's fun and it's an honor. So yeah. I think I need to remind myself that I am tougher than I give myself credit for, and I am super, super resilient, and I can always pick myself up when I feel like I'm being knocked down, no matter how many times I've been knocked down, and I keep going, and I always keep going, and that's something I'm really proud of, and yeah. Yay! Thanks for having me.
Of course, that was amazing.
That was fun. I'm like, oh my God, am I a terrible person? I can't think of something I'm doing for somebody else today.